Hi there, my name is Adam Gower, and thanks so much for joining me today. And congratulations for your decision to investigate further how you can raise money for your real estate deals online using social media and state-of-the-art digital marketing, which is, by lucky coincidence, exactly what this new podcast series is going to be covering. My background is as a real estate investment and development professional. I've been doing that for the last, almost 40 years. Extraordinary to think about how long it's actually been. In the last 4 or 5 years, I have been specializing in digital marketing and social media for real estate developers and for real estate investors. I started a podcast series a couple of years ago during which I interviewed, in the first series, I interviewed professors who were presenting the academic perspective of real estate development and of matters interesting to real estate investors. In the second series, I started to talk to the leaders of the real estate crowdfunding industry. And as you know, this is an absolutely brand new field. The regulations or the laws were changed in 2012 under the Jobs Act and became law. Actually, they were promulgated. The laws were promulgated a couple of years later. So this is really an absolutely brand new industry where you can raise money online without having to have had a pre-existing relationship with an investor. Now, through the second series, where I spoke to the leaders of this new crowdfunding industry, all the founders and CEOs of the major crowdfunding platforms, some sponsors and other experts in the real estate crowdfunding ecosystem. Having done that, I started to understand that there was a fundamental backbone to success raising capital online, and that backbone was, of course, digital marketing and the effective use of social media. And there are three core pillars of online digital marketing, if you can have a core pillar. I suppose it's a key pillar to digital marketing. The three pillars are content production, distribution, and communication. And these three pillars serve to do one thing. They synthesize the in-person relationship development that you are used to when you raise capital with an online relationship development process. Now, in a moment, I'm going to explain to you exactly how these three pillars work. But first, I'm going to give you a quick tour of all the resources that are available to you on the website that I've been building over the last few years, GowerCrowd.com. All right, so here it is. Here I am looking extremely youthful, right? This is obviously before I got married, because I've got no grey hair in this picture. So I'm not sure if that's PC to say that. Anyway, so down here, this is where you can get access to my newsletter, and I will be sending out the shorts from the podcast. So you'll get direct access to the highlights from the podcast. So just short 2 to 10 minute bursts. So you can really get into the meat of what is happening now and what are the key points by subscribing to that. And then down here, there is some information, some key steps to raising equity online. Just go ahead and follow that link if you want to find out about that. This actually here, how to invest in real estate syndications. This is oriented entirely to real estate investors. I have a whole series of educational courses for investors. And again, this is access to the newsletter that you can subscribe to by clicking on this button. And then here's my book, right? This is Leaders of the Crowd. If you're interested in that, go ahead and click on that also. The About button is slightly unusual over here. This is actually a summary of why you should not be on my site, right? So that's probably worth taking a look at as well if you want to save yourself a little bit of time. I do explain some of the criteria that are really important to being a successful entrepreneur in real estate or a successful developer raising capital online. Product section currently is strictly focused on real estate investing. So this is geared to investors who want to learn how to invest in real estate deals. I will probably, in time, I'm going to include some courses for you to show you how you can raise capital online, some of the real nuts and bolts of setting up social media platforms and orienting them or optimizing them for real estate development. So keep an eye on that particular area there, or I should say not real estate development, on raising capital online for your development. So keep an eye on that. In the insight section, this is where you're going to find the podcasts over here. So I've got a couple of really high level news information feeds that exclusively cover what is going on in the real estate crowdfunding and syndication industry here. So you can see this is April 1st, April Fool's Day, that I'm recording. It's actually not, it's April the 2nd, but I haven't put anything up here yet. But this constantly changes, constantly updated. The podcast series, as you can see, this is, I'm just recording the introduction now, but go ahead and click this. This is where I will probably also include a detailed free training for you so you can understand in considerably more detail than just this basic introduction to how to raise capital online. And then there are some other educational courses for real estate investors and some advanced concepts and thought leadership articles that I personally write. But jumping back over here to the podcast section, this is the area that you should really keep an eye on. Hit insights in the menu bar up here top right and go to podcasts. And again, like I say, go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter. That's going to be a shortcut for you to getting the latest and greatest information from digital marketing and social media experts through the podcast by listening to short extracts from the highlights of those shows. Okay, so in short, there are a bunch of resources there at GowerCrowd.com that you can utilize. Those resources will continue to grow. So be sure, as I mentioned, to sign up for the newsletter, and I'll keep you fully informed. I'll send you links to the highlights from some of these podcasts that I'm putting together so that you can get straight to the meat of the subject. All right, so be sure to sign up for that newsletter, okay? All right, so moving on now to the 3 pillars of successful social media marketing in order to raise money online so that you can also start to finance your deals using state-of-the-art digital marketing and social media marketing. First of all, actually remember there are 3 pillars: content, distribution, and communication. All right, so content is basically your messaging and your positioning. It's exactly what you have at your fingertips and in your head already, right? And one way to extract from that corpus of intelligence that you already have about your own deals and the way that you see real estate development and your philosophy to investment is to take a look at, actually literally go and grab one of your PPMs or offering memorandum, or in your head, you've probably got a bunch of FAQs, right? Questions that investors have been asking you over the years again and again and again, and break those down into the component parts. So scan through those and grab the key terms that are unique to real estate. And that becomes a kind of fragmented breakdown of all your knowledge and understanding of real estate. And it's really not that difficult to create online digital content. You can actually use, let's see, you can actually use your phone to record audio, you can record video, you can have it transcribed really easily. There are all kinds of platforms where you can have it automatically transcribed and then edit it in order to create thought leadership pieces, right? So that's the content component. The second pillar of successful online marketing to raise capital for your deals is distribution. Distribution is conducted these days through social media platforms primarily. And the key ones for real estate capital formation are going to be LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Did you know that YouTube was actually the second largest search engine only to Google? Right? It's really incredible resource for you. And what makes these platforms particularly extraordinary is, number one, there have been gazillions invested in making them the most efficient tools for distributing content in the history of mankind. And number two, for you, they are completely free, right? These are free resources that they have your name on them, right? You have the opportunity to advertise and to get your messaging out on all of these platforms to billions of people simultaneously. Once you put your content on these sites, it lives there forever. It becomes an asset to your company that is preaching your perspective and your philosophy to real estate constantly, no matter what you're doing. Once it's up there, it is an asset to your company. All right. The third key pillar is communication. And that's where you now combine your content with your distribution and combine it with automated email marketing systems and the utilization of sophisticated launch sequences. So the idea, when you get your content up on the distribution channels, every single piece of content must have a CTA, a call to action. It's actually the exact same thing that you have and utilize already. Nothing has actually changed. It's just the way you do it that's changed. Every single time you're in a meeting with a prospective investor, you always follow up that meeting with some kind of follow-up, don't you? Right? So you will say, do you have any other introductions you can make for me? Or I'll send you the document, or you're going to read the OM and get back to me with questions. In some way, every single meeting has a follow-up. Well, nothing has changed with the online digital marketing world. In terms of the communication pillar, every single piece of content that you have will have a call to action. You will ask whoever is reading your content or listening to your content to go ahead and follow up by clicking on a button, either an invest now button or a read more button or a sign up for a waitlist button, whatever it happens to be, you're going to have some kind of follow-up. And in fact, you've already seen me do that when I suggest that you go to GowerCrowd.com and sign up for the newsletter so that you can get regular updates on what is working within social media for real estate sponsors. Okay, and you're going to do exactly the same thing with investors as you come to meet them. So those are the three pillars: content, distribution, and communication. And what these three pillars do when they come together is they create and build a relationship between you and your prospects, and in fact, with your existing investors. They don't have the time, and neither do you, to sit down and talk to them for hours at a time constantly, right? There's just too many people and there's too little time for everybody. So what digital communication does is it facilitates that process. It is the exact same as you have always been doing, except that it is in bite-sized pieces, right? Easily consumable pieces of information without you having to repeat it constantly, and in a way that makes it easy for your prospects and for your investors to consume it in their own time. Okay. Now, I have been building these systems, these sophisticated content distribution and communication system for sponsors. But in order to reach the absolute pinnacle, the best of class practices, I've been searching for experts who can combine real estate intelligence or knowledge of real estate, experience in real estate, with marketing, and bring these two, digital marketing, and bring these two things together. And yes, there are truly world-class experts who are adherents of pursuing one particular platform over another. They truly are masters of their chosen field, be it Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. And each platform has its nuances. So they're not monolithic platforms. They each have to be dealt with subtle differences, and the true experts know exactly how to do that. But raising capital online for real estate projects is just not the same as selling widgets or selling consumer products, right? And what's vitally important is connecting the dots between those nuances and the power of communication via social media, connecting those dots with real estate. And what I've realized is that it is a super highly skilled talent that is very, very rare, actually. Why? Because it's never been allowed, right? Before, you've just not been allowed to do it until now. Now you can do it. So in order to be successful, you have to understand real estate development and finance, which you do, and you have to understand digital marketing, right? And you have to be able to weave these two things together, right? So to be effective, you have to weave the two and connect the dots between social media marketing and the knowledge and the insight that you already have to real estate development and finance. And what I realized after searching for these experts that could connect the dots was that really no one had figured it out yet, right? Each person was passionate about their own individual platform, the platform that they think is the only one that you need to know, but no one had real estate or has real estate expertise as well. And because for my clients who I build these systems for, I want to be absolutely certain that they are getting the best of class, world-class social media expertise tied in and woven with deep real estate background and knowledge in how to raise capital, I decided that the best way to go about that was to contact the world's best social media experts, the world's top experts in digital marketing. And so one Monday morning, right, just a couple of weeks ago, I actually went online and I did some research, world's best social media experts. And I emailed 20 or so of them, fully expecting no one would write back to me, right? And believe it or not, by the end of the day, 12 of them had actually written back and said, yes, we would love to be on the podcast. But their pushback was that they knew nothing about raising capital online. Well, you know what? No one does. That's what I said to them. Look, nobody knows. This is blue ocean opportunity. It's blue ocean opportunity for them. It is blue ocean opportunity for you also to raise capital online. So what you're going to learn in this new series of podcasts as I uncover the best of class expertise in social media is how you can adapt it and these techniques and some of the ideas and methodologies that are cutting edge, that are working today. And remember, these things change constantly. What you're going to learn is how to adapt this to raising capital for your deals online. So you can you can listen to the podcast, you can listen to the whole podcast. So go ahead and subscribe at GowerCrowd.com to listen to the podcast. I'll put those out in audio. I'm also going to be putting the podcasts out on YouTube, so you can go ahead and watch them if you want to also. Plus, if you sign up for my newsletter, I will send you links to short clips from each one of these podcasts, so you can watch or listen to some of the highlights from the conversations that I have with these industry experts, so that you can also become a leader in the industry raising capital for your deals. And it may seem far-fetched, but it really shouldn't. The very fact that you are here now listening to what I'm explaining to you, the very fact that you already know about content, distribution, and communication puts you ahead of 99.9% of sponsors out there trying to raise capital for their deals. So if you want to raise money for your deal pipeline, if you want to extend and expand your own investor network, if you want to defend actually against all the other sponsors out there who are now beginning to slowly and more increasingly contact and approach your network of investors, if you want to have access to unlimited capital to invest in distressed deals, right, when liquidity dries up but deal flow increases during the next downturn, if you want to put the entire process of raising capital that you're used to doing in person, if you want to put it all onto autopilot so that you can get on with the business of real estate development, then this podcast series is going to be absolutely perfect for you. So go to GowerCrowd.com. I've actually put together a detailed training that gets into the 3 pillars in considerably more detail and gives you some secrets how to do that, right? I haven't decided exactly where that's going to be. This is just the introductory video, introductory podcast now, but go to GowerCrowd.com, hit the insights link, and there's a link underneath that page for the podcast. You'll find this free training in there somewhere. I will also explain to you, I'll show you how you can start to build these systems for yourself. I'll explain how I can do it for you. And either way, there are incredible resources there at GowerCrowd.com that you can learn from to build and to understand how to start to raise capital online or how to improve your own processes for raising capital online. So go ahead, sign up for the newsletter, subscribe to the podcast, and change the way that you raise capital by doing actually what you're already doing to raise capital in person, but by doing it online. That's it. That's my introduction to this podcast series. Thank you so much for listening today. I look forward to seeing you in the series. This is Dr. Adam Gower signing off.